listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
With a big return, as you hear his music come in, and as we creep closer and closer to the Super Bowl of wrestling, we are here to talk about this week's Friday Night SmackDown. Welcome to AfterBuzz, everybody. My name is Christian Rosenberg, holding down the fort, but as always, not alone. I got Miss Kaori Takee by my side. How are you, my dear?
Good. How's the fort tonight?
The fort is doing fantastic.
All right.
Along with all my hashtag real rosebuds. And next to her, of course, is Mr. Romore. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And we need, like, right off the bat, SmackDown hailing from Detroit, Michigan tonight. But it started off with this recap from the Raw in Chicago, which we need to go over. Not like go over the whole show, because obviously that's what the Raw AfterBuzz crew is for. But yeah, it started by hearing that familiar music. And you had Paul Heyman, and it was, the Chicago ravenous crowd. And I just thought the way WWE handled that crowd and the show that they provided was absolutely phenomenal as far as crowd control goes for them.
Yeah. That's kind of why I wore my
Your
old
game
school
over
Triple H shirt that I had to go and dig to find. Make
You
sure
sure
I still
not
had
because
it.
you didn't do your laundry?
Oh no, it's clean.
Okay.
Don't worry now.
All right.
Yeah. But I had to go and wear my game over shirt simply because WWE made so many statements on Monday night.
Yeah, they did.
They let you know we're moving on without CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
They let you know what CM Punk said was true. It doesn't matter what you people think. Once I'm gone, you're still gonna pour money into this company. And Triple H let you know he is still the supreme ruler of all he surveys right now, and he's just gonna do what he wants to do.
And they did a great job providing things, which are other things that we're going to be getting throughout the SmackDown. The fact that they had a title change hands. They had a big moment for Dolph Ziggler, which a crowd like. Of course, Daniel Bryan was involved. The Shield breaking up, the surprise kind of dissension of the Shield. So they threw so many things at this crowd and Brock Lesnar. So many things that the crowd was just like, yeah, we're bummed CM Punk isn't here, but we still had a great show. We're still going to chant. We'll still be a rowdy crowd like Chicago always is.
Yep.
But it wasn't anything over the top. It wasn't anything that made like the hijack Raw rumors, like, made anybody fear, because they just did a great job at mellowing it out and essentially writing off CM Punk.
Yeah. They gave the people what they wanted up front, just not in the way that the people thought they wanted it.
And they delivered it with guys that they love to hate, and Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
And we'll get to that segment a little later on, but let's get into SmackDown because we need to give Batista's intro some time because it took him about 3 minutes to get to the ring.
Yeah.
He was walking very, 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 very slowly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they were in Detroit, right?
Sure.
Well, this whole segment was very slow.
He had to make sure he wasn't going to get shot at or...
Wouldn't you go faster then?
Well, he was
Wouldn't you
watching
run?
People. He was watching for sudden movements.
Oh.
He had to watch. Just making sure.
Well, so Batista comes down and he's like, last week I asked a simple question. Where have all the real men in the WWE gone? The answer that I got was Dolph Ziggler. And took care of him. Then on Monday, I got Daniel Bryan. And I took care of Daniel Bryan, too, where he really didn't take care of Daniel Bryan. And he says, Daniel Bryan's no superhero. I'm the superhero here. Is that kind of a hidden message of plugging his movie coming out? Probably. He then gets interrupted by Daniel Bryan. He's like, all right, well, let me get this straight. You're the hero. I didn't know that guys who wear skinny jeans that are too tight, that cut off the circulation, are considered heroes.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Batista's got to figure out what it is. He's you're a woman.
I made it about the skinny jeans.
Yeah, do they?
I made a
do
comment in the
anything?
room
Yeah.
about
Are they appealing to look at?
Not for me.
Okay, just wondering because it seems to be his new thing now.
Yeah, I think the tighter the jeans, the less there is. Is that awful?
Why are you staring so hard?
I don't know what to
Christian?
say. I don't know what to say to that one. That's why all my jeans are very baggy. I did like also Batista called Daniel Bryan, where did I have it here? An overgrown fan. And that like people like Daniel Bryan should not be allowed in the locker room. Because it only should be big guys, heroes like Batista and Kane. And other guys at least 6'6" and above.
Yeah.
That would eliminate a lot of people.
Well, it would.
Yeah, that would eliminate Shawn Michaels. So
Yes.
yeah, immediately I have a problem.
Wouldn't that eliminate Triple H?
Yeah, because he's only about 6'3".
6'3", 6'4"?
6'2", 6'3". Yeah, somewhere in there.
So yeah, and I actually enjoyed their promo a little bit, and then Daniel Bryan makes fun of his belly button tattoo, which I've been waiting for like 10 years for someone to do. Then mentions the nose ring. Batista drops the mic. They start fighting.
The nose ring was the line.
Then you crossed the line when you talk about my nose ring.
My nose ring.
Although I would say no belly button tattoo for a man. That's just me.
Again, Kaori
I'm just
with
letting you
our
guys
love
know.
advice, a relationship advice during
Take
this
my
promo.
advice, guys.
Just wondering.
Like instead of Bad News Barrett, we need some type of like little segment that Kaori interrupts in. It's like,
Yeah.
Today
This
on
is not-
Haterade.
well, no, it has to somehow involve your name.
Oh.
But but some like sexual innuendo, something like, well, girls don't like this on a man. Girls
Yeah.
like this on a man.
I speak
Now,
truth.
now back to this match.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Again, Daniel Bryan knocks Batista out of the ring. Out comes Kane. They're ganging up on him. And then all of a sudden, we hear the music that we heard at the beginning of our show. The Big Show coming out and returning. Chases Kane and Batista off. And then, of course, Miss Vicky Guerrero comes out and announces tonight's main event. Tag team match, Kane and Batista versus Daniel Bryan and the Big Show.
Yeah. I will withhold my thoughts on the Big Show and Daniel Bryan to the end when we're talking about the main event.
Save it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I know.
We're gonna
It's a
get
train.
there. Don't you worry. But right now, we got some action between Christian and Dolph Ziggler.
Never mind. I thought you were there. Sorry.
I didn't say Christian Rosenberg.
Oh, you have to say your whole name?
Well,
Is that
if
how
I
it
just say Christian, then that might confuse me.
I don't
with
think
me
he talks in third person.
I should.
He should.
Please don't.
Okay.
Another thing you shouldn't. No, I'm just kidding.
Corey says Christian shouldn't talk in the third person.
Oh,
So Christian's going to stop and talk about Christian versus Dolph Ziggler. Del Rio's on commentary. So they're continuing the little feud that they began pretty much this past Monday on Raw with Dolph Ziggler getting the win over Del Rio thanks to help from one Mr. Aaron Paul.
I wish the Saline was back. I wanted the Saline at SmackDown too.
I wanted Del Rio to talk about how he's like, no, nobody had better cars than me.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he never did
should
that.
have. He should have.
Yeah, he only drove out in cars for 2 years.
Yeah, and he drove out in
A
things
different
on the
one.
level of Aston Martin and stuff like that.
Yeah. Good match. Ziggler hit a nice, almost like an X Factor off the second rope. And then at that point, Ziggler's getting ready for the zigzag. Del Rio hops on the commentary table, starts screaming in the microphone. Ziggler turns around, gets hit by the kill switch on Christian. Christian gets the win. First win for Christian in a while. And then as soon as the match ends, Renee Young interviews Christian, and he starts to talk. And then Sheamus immediately comes out, and they kind of brawl, and Christian runs away. So they're continuing that. And to the person in the chat roll, Lupio, asking me to wear skinny jeans next week, no. That will not happen. I will not be wearing skinny jeans. In fact, you can't even see my legs anyway, normally, so you wouldn't even know. Actually, you probably know I'm in skinny jeans because my voice will probably be higher.
That's why the next comment is actually don't do that.
Yeah, I'm glad. So go ahead.
did you guys notice the promo for Need for Speed by saying that Dolph Ziggler has a need for speed and is like bum rushing? I'm like, I kind of disagree with all of that.
Well, Aaron Paul was there to help
I
plug the
know,
movie,
but
so
I'm
it's
just
part of their
like,
agreement that they're going to throw it in there.
Yeah, but Dawson, he needs a win.
Yes.
Forget speed.
Well, honestly, I'm
He
hoping
got one Monday.
I'm hoping this leads to a Ziggler Del Rio WrestleMania match. Bring up all the stories behind them on how Ziggler took the title from Del Rio a year ago. Bring all that stuff up, and then let Ziggler win at Mania, because he really hasn't had a Mania win, has he?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Last year he was with Big E against Daniel Bryan and Kane. They lost that.
That's right.
Then there was the Snooki match a few years ago. He lost that.
Remember that one? Yep.
I think there was something else. Maybe he won. Maybe I don't know. But he needs a win.
Well, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since Amy Poehler had him in the mainstream media.
Not Amy Poehler, Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer. It was
Different Amy comedian.
Different Amy, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to start some rumors with SNL and Parks and Rec actress Amy Poehler.
Amy Schumer. I mean, yeah. Well, she had his name out there for a while.
Yeah. All right. Tag team action. So then we get a quick recap again of how the Usos won the tag team titles this Monday in Raw. We were talking about forever how they're due. They deserve it. And it happened on Raw? Question mark?
I know you weren't too happy about that.
I'm thrilled that they got the titles.
Yeah.
And I understand in the situation with the Chicago crowd, it helped win them over.
Yeah.
I'm now just worried that they're then going to drop the titles at WrestleMania.
And have a reverse WrestleMania moment.
And have a reverse moment where somehow either the Outlaws or just some other team win the titles.
I do hope they don't do that to us. I really hope not.
Now, the Usos right now are consistently doing the best work in the tag team division. Not to take anything away from the other tag teams, but we've watched them work so hard to get to where they are. And we've been waiting on them to get that moment. Now they finally got the straps. Let them carry it to SummerSlam at least.
Speaking of which, where has Cody and Goldust been?
Don't know.
They've been off TV for a few weeks now.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
They weren't there last week?
No.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like they were?
I don't believe they were. I feel like the last time was when we were there in L.A.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the last time we've seen them.
They've been on one time since then, I know.
They were at my SmackDown, so they came after.
So they've definitely been.
Okay, yeah, so that week.
Yeah. But I can't remember.
I can't remember since. That's been like 3 weeks or so.
Cody Rhodes is in my man box. That's where he is.
That's right. She put
Cody has been
box.
added to the man box.
The man
Yes.
box.
Joining
Yeah.
Titus, Roman, and Cesaro.
Yes.
You need one more for a starting lineup.
Yoshitatsu.
That's an interesting mix.
Honorary.
That put a twist in that man box.
The other
He was
four-
on NXT this week.
He was. That's why I thought of him.
The other four.
He got counted out by being clotheslined.
How the hell did you
Spoiler
get in the man box?
He said, I speak Japanese.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So the Usos in action against RybAxel. I thought pretty good psychology in this match. Ryback and Axel spent most of the time working on Jimmy's arm and shoulder. Eventually makes the hot tag to Jay. Usos got their win as usual with the splash. Good match. Nothing super noteworthy or fantastic, but a good tag match. And I like the fact that the Usos are still being fighting champions. They won the titles on Raw. They wrestled on Main Event. They wrestled on SmackDown. They're still having them. They're making them more relevant because they're showing the champions wrestle on every TV show.
Yep.
So I applaud that.
They're being put to work. In a good way.
They're working.
Like champions should.
Yes, absolutely. Hear that, Ambrose? What?
That was a good one.
Do you like that?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Did that just happen? Did
Yes.
you guys really just?
We agreed on something. That doesn't happen very often.
And then made it painfully obvious. Go ahead.
What?
If there's one thing that I never do is call out the obvious segues and other interesting points that I
Okay,
make.
we won't call it out because it's coming right now.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah. No, he's gonna wait.
I'm going to wait now. Recap of Brock Lesnar from Raw, with Heyman talking about The Undertaker and Lesnar, and poor Mark Henry, again, getting the crap beat out of him by Brock Lesnar, being F5 through the announce table.
Yeah.
And apparently The Undertaker will be on Raw this Monday night to respond to Lesnar's attack on Mark Henry.
I almost don't like these Undertaker responses because his character is so.
He doesn't need to respond to anything.
He just show up at Mania. Like Brock can come out every week and beat somebody up and throw people through tables from now until WrestleMania 30. And then when the gongs hit and the bells and the fire starts rising, there it is.
Whoa. Is he here?
See how you felt?
Is he here right now? Is he here right now?
We got lights flickering.
What's
going on?
Is it getting darker? I'm afraid.
I like when Phil plays with lights.
Oh, you just ruined it. It's Phil? I thought it was the Undertaker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, the Phenom is here.
The Phenom. You don't get goosebumps?
I meant to say phenomenon.
I'm sorry. Anytime you hear that gong, you get goosebumps. Anytime you hear it. I don't care if we're in studio and we know he's nowhere near us right now. You still get goosebumps. Oh, yes.
When you hear that, you know Taker is coming.
Yes.
And it's time to watch a brawl, a fight, a really good wrestling match. And that's what I want at Mania. I don't need him to come out on Raw. Now, granted, I love watching his entrance. Still the best entrance in wrestling. But I don't want to see it so many times. Like I almost don't want to see him talk.
Right.
I just want to see him come out and do his thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a very what's the name? And very long entrance too.
Yeah.
So.
And quick thanks to AJ0314 who answered our Ziggler thing. Ziggler was part of the winning team for Team Johnny in WrestleMania 28, so he does technically have a WrestleMania victory.
Do we call that a WrestleMania moment though?
It's not a moment.
Yeah,
it's certainly not a moment. He technically has won a WrestleMania match,
so
even though it was a big
not
tag
a
match.
moment?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Moment is a moment. A win is a win.
Yeah. A moment isn't necessarily Hogan beating Andre. It's Hogan slamming Andre.
I see.
Yeah, like you can have a WrestleMania moment and lose. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart. That's a WrestleMania moment, even though Stone Cold lost.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see it now. It all makes sense.
So Ziggler technically 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 in WrestleMania. And we kind of got thrown off of that. Let's get back to Byron Saxton, who's backstage interviewing Kane. He's asking him about his loss on Main Event this week, which now WWE Main Event is now live on the WWE Network on Tuesday
I think
nights.
that's kind of a cool idea.
I do think it's very cool. However, I kind of felt a little bad in a way for the Detroit crowd because WWE Main Event this week had a great match between Daniel Bryan and Kane, and then the Main Event of SmackDown with the same exact audience had Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Yeah.
So they pretty much almost saw the same match twice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obviously different because it was a tag team match, but still. Needless to say, Kane mentions that he got lucky, and as far as Kane has known Daniel Bryan, as long as he's known Daniel Bryan, Daniel's had anger issues. I'm happy you brought that back up. And he's like, well, I have a solution for Daniel's anger issues. Shockingly, it's not Dr. Shelby. It is to rip his beard off his face and shove it down his throat.
I'm pretty sure he didn't say it in that voice.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, that was weird. You've been doing these weird voices.
Someone's getting possessed.
Yeah.
Undertaker's music hit. I got possessed. I'm sorry. He does that to people.
It's like Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. You don't have any marks on your body anywhere.
They're under the rose shirt.
Oh, cool.
They're all under the shirt.
Well, don't go full demon. You never go full demon.
The marks only show up if I wear skinny jeans.
And so does your religion.
Yes. All right. Now we get to break down. Oh, no. I have to brace myself.
Bring it down. There you go.
Divas tag team match. Natalya and Eva Marie versus AJ and Tamina. So the match okay, so we're going to kind of break down.
We're going to break this down?
We're going to break this
of
down a
all
little
matches,
bit.
we're going to break this one down?
We have to break this one down a little bit.
Okay, go.
And I do have to say, overall, Eva did better.
Sure.
Overall, Eva did better.
There's only one way from being down, is up. So yes, she did better.
Is Eva not in your man box? I mean, what?
She's a beautiful girl. She doesn't look like a man, so she's not in the man box.
Is she in my diva box?
Is she?
Does that exist? Can I have a diva box?
You can if you want.
All right. Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, if I have a diva box, I'm going to invite all the divas into it. So
Roman's like, what is going on?
Oh. Okay. So the match starts with Eva and Tamina. And Eva's pretty much in the match the entire time. She took an elbow from AJ really well. After AJ threw her against the ropes. There was a point where Eva was like reaching to try to tag Natalya, and then she was reaching for the ropes with the other arm, and then she kept switching back and forth. It's like you have to make up your mind what you want to do.
She was just trying to sell something. That she was in pain and struggling and reaching out for some rope. Maybe.
I applaud Tamina and AJ because obviously they are directing traffic. They are guiding her the entire way. Eva eventually makes the tag to Natalya, who then all of a sudden just turned this match up 20 notches and hit some beautiful snap suplexes.
So good.
And eventually made a counter on, I believe, AJ was going for a sunset flip, I believe, and countered it and quickly locked in a sharpshooter. Makes the Divas champion tap out, and Natalya and Eva Marie win. The one big fault that I have for Eva Marie was after she made the tag, she rolled out of the ring. She was on the ground, which she was selling the pain of how she was being beat up, which is good. The split second that bell rang, she's back on her feet and hopping in the ring to hug Natalya. And then I think you can almost see Natalya say, sell, and then Eva grabs her stomach.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But yeah, Natalya and Eva get the win. That was kind of my breakdown of it. What do you guys think of that match?
It was a very long Divas match.
Really? I didn't think it was that long.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
think
saying
it was that long.
It was a longer Divas match than what we're used to. Usually it's like...
It was kind of short.
Yeah, it was about 5 minutes.
Did you guys see that? Did you see the look she just gave me?
Maybe it felt long. No, but you know what? It was a pretty entertaining match, especially when Natalya got into the ring and she whooped on AJ's butt. I thought it was entertaining, especially the second half. And it as much as Eva Marie struggles, it is interesting to watch her somewhat improve this time around.
She is improving.
As a worker.
Yes, you're the wrestler here. I just call stuff. You actually are in there.
Yeah, you get people who are green all the time. And, green means not a lot of experience in the ring. You got to forgive that. She's graded on a different type of curve because of that.
Yes.
So what I saw immediately, when the match started, I went, I didn't know what we were going to get. But the fact that AJ and Tamina guided her through everything and the stuff that she didn't look bad at all. It was actually a lot better than I thought.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. It's just, they're probably the same things that I would say would be the same things that someone would say in the back. Just work on, selling with your face more.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Yeah, other than that, she wasn't horrible. It definitely wasn't bad. I think
this is the best we've seen her so far.
Yeah,
overall.
It's easily the best I've seen her. Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of her in the ring, but and shout out to that outfit she was wearing. Jeez, but yes.
I just want to say that Boza in the chat agrees with me that it's good for the Divas to get longer than usual on TV. They're lucky to get over 5 minutes lately, and Lifting Chick says true. So boom, that's what I was talking about.
But she did all right. She did all right, and that's really that's what I was watching. I was shocked that they put over Natalya like they did with the sharpshooter.
Yeah, because she's already had her shot at AJ.
Yeah,
and now with another clean victory, are we leading to Natalya getting another shot at her? Because you have to defend the Divas title at Mania.
It's got to come up with somebody, and I don't know who it's gonna be.
Like we said, if Naomi cannot come back in time to build up a story for it, then it makes the most sense for it to be Tamina. Or are they just going to give this to Natalya again?
Yeah.
Or are we somehow going to swerve some way and have Eva?
I've been preparing myself for that for a long time now because it's so WWE-ish to do that.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
I really do. We always talk about that.
We're going to take one of the stars of Total Divas who's definitely not ready for that type of...
For a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, for that. But we're going to go ahead and slap the strap on her. I don't know, is that a big, one-off to CM Punk? Because that's his,
I love you going deep in it.
I love going deep. Yeah, because it's... You got to think about these things sometimes.
Yeah, no, you do.
I have a question for you guys.
We have an answer.
Do you guys think that Eva Marie would be a better heel or face?
You can't tell yet.
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell yet.
Too early.
Not even just by
she's
minimal.
And she's still even doing at the beginning, she hit a shoulder block on Tamina at the beginning of the match. She knocked Tamina off her feet, which made no sense. But but then she kind of stared at her and blew a kiss, was a very heelish move.
I think that's she's trying to make that her signature. She's been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
But that, I mean,
she looks heel.
she looks like a heel.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She looks heel.
The red hair makes her look like a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know which way I would prefer her lean. I would prefer a face champ next, since AJ has been,
Which makes the most sense.
yeah, who's been the heel for so long. But Eva's not going to be ready in that type of time, obviously. Yeah, so I don't know which diva they're going to throw it on, because it was all lined up for Naomi, but it's not going to happen that way.
Yeah. We'll see. And then we will also see that at the WWE Hall of Fame.
That is good.
Thought I was going to do what?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
You think I was going to like start plugging iTunes? Because I am! 'Cause you can go to iTunes and rate and subscribe and give us a 5-star rating. And of course, we do WWE SmackDown, we do Raw, we do Main Event, which is now live on the WWE Network.
Live on WWE Network.
We do NXT, which is also now on the WWE Network.
WWE Network.
Total Divas premieres in a couple weeks, which we'll be doing, which you
Total
can
Divas.
watch on E! Or the WWE Network.
WWE Network.
And, pretty much any other show that you enjoy watching, more than likely AfterBuzz does.
AfterBuzz.
And you can see the full schedule by going to AfterBuzzTV.com. And, of course, you can leave us comments on the YouTube page for these videos as well. Or you could always tweet us, or you can tweet at AfterBuzzTV as well.
Tweet away.
You're like the Bray, like the Wyatt thing. Like the
I was
of
just
that.
going into subliminals.
Did he throw you off at all?
Did I appear thrown off?
Yeah.
You
Tiny.
throw your fingers up, but they're connected.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be like they're this close,
I'm-
yet they're connected.
No, not my nails. See,
I'm not
Oh,
counting
wow.
your nails. Your nails
boy.
don't count.
I count my nails.
Okay. Paul Bearer, the latest inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Are you going to go for it?
No, why did you even trigger that?
You do it now. Everyone's got to do it.
No,
No. Rome, do it.
No.
Corey, do it.
no.
Phil, can you do it?
Nope.
I'm the only one with the guts to do a Paul Bearer impression.
No,
Fine.
that's something you've always
Fine.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Oh, I have always done it.
See,
I've
there
always
you go.
done it.
I just wanted to feed it
Guts
to him,
not
so-
included. Right.
I'm thrilled he's in my opinion, he's arguably the most underrated manager. I mean, because if you think he never really gets put up there with the top managers.
What are you saying? Are you saying that the stylings of Harvey Wimpleman weren't on the level of one Paul Bryant? I mean, Paul Bearer? See, I'm saying Paul because I'm thinking Bear Bryant.
No, but Clarence Mason was.
Okay.
No.
I actually met him, so I can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I got to meet Paul Bearer once, about 6 months before he passed, and I think the very
he was
first
on
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Yeah.
And John Lequasso of Raw AfterBuzz actually got to work with him several times for him, and I'm jealous of him for that. And oddly enough, the very first main event AfterBuzz that we did, Corey and I did, was actually the day after Paul Bearer passed away.
Oh.
And it was because it was having me think of like the one moment I had with him. I got to meet him there. I was just hanging out with some friends backstage. We're watching a match on the monitor. And it's literally me and Paul Bearer. We're right next to each other watching together on the monitor. Like, and the little fan inside of me is just like, oh my God, it's Paul Bearer. Oh my God, it's Paul Bearer. Oh my God, it's Paul Bearer. And we're watching the match. I don't remember who was in the match. Somebody made some mistake on the match. And Paul looks at me and just starts cussing up a storm. And he's like, what was that? Shh. That was the skim it stuff. And like joking and making fun of just had a mouth of a sailor.
Yeah.
And it was absolute. I'm like, oh my God, this is the guy who scared me as a kid.
He scared you? Really?
When I was a little kid, I did not have
Scary.
I did not have a nightmare from Undertaker. I had a nightmare from Paul Bearer.
I didn't have a nightmare from any of them. You took wrestling way too seriously as a child.
Oh, when I was a child, it was my life. Well, it's still my life.
We
It's
all
still my
did.
life.
I'm just messing with him because only he would be scared of the short, fat guy that was with the Undertaker.
Because he was creepy.
He was creepy.
He was
but
paler than me.
He wasn't nightmarish.
Yeah, but his was makeup. That's the difference.
Yeah, you could tell.
When a little kid, I don't know these things. I thought The Undertaker was really from Death Valley.
We can drive. It's not too.
It's not too far from us.
Here. Yeah, we can go.
I thought The Ultimate Warrior is really from Parts Unknown.
I've never been there. It's hard
to
get
take a
flights
vacation there one day.
Yeah. But nah, yeah, I'm happy to see him go in. Just like someone in the chat room just said, that this is the if they don't mess it up, that this will be the best class going into the Hall of Fame.
We got to think about it.
So long.
There's like arguably you can do as many as 3 more spots. They shouldn't. They'll probably only do 2 more. More than likely a celebrity of some kind.
No.
They always have a celebrity.
I don't want them to put in a celebrity. This class is too wrestling related.
But what if that celebrity was someone like Mr. T from WrestleMania 1?
Still don't.
No?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just, I always feel like, because the WWE has always thrown in those celebrity ones, and they've been so, I can understand Pete Rose, but some of the other ones that they've just thrown
some of them have been poor choices.
Yeah, it's just like, what do you guys? You guys are making, like, the Hall of Fame, I don't always know how to look at it. Sometimes on some years, the early years especially, it was almost like a joke thing. And I always took offense to that because you had real wrestlers that were going in, real workers that were also going in on the side of some of these celebrities that showed up, did a couple shows, and bounced. They were just there to get a check.
Right.
So when I see a class like this that's this decorated, I want it to be completely wrestling related because now the fans have embraced the Hall of Fame. Now the WWE is looking at the Hall of Fame as a serious thing. Now it's an honor to go into the Hall of Fame. So to just take it and to throw it away on a celeb spot, unless it's a celebrity that really, really changed the game, and that Mr. T, I could see that.
I could see Mr. T
meant so much.
As far as changing the game so much, being at WrestleMania 30, I see either being Mr. T or Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, I could see those two.
I'm okay with either one of those being a celebrity inductee this year.
Yeah, I could understand that, as long as they don't get ridiculous with it. Mr. T had a huge role to play in WrestleMania 1. He was responsible for a lot of people, cutting it on and trying to take a look at it. So yeah, I could see that, but some of the other people that they play around with, nah. Right.
So it's possible. Yeah, you got possible celebrity. You still don't have a tag team. Demolition, for the love of God, get Demolition in the Hall of Fame. That's the one I know that's the one that's been bugging me forever. Or like a super heavyweight.
You don't like the Beverly Brothers?
I like them. I don't think they'll be in the Hall of Fame. Not before Techno Team 2000.
Oh, wow, I remember them.
Or High Voltage from WCW, Rage and Chaos. Yes, I remember that.
Yes, you did.
But like a super heavyweight, like a Kamala or a Vader.
Kamala definitely deserves to be in. Vader deserves to be in. Vader, outside
like one of the big dudes,
WWE.
like a big guy that needs to be in too.
Even without his WWE run, Vader deserves to be in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
I'm fixated on Lupu saying Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. We were talking about ones that should not be in?
Yeah.
That's an example. That is an example.
That's one.
All right. Now let's talk about what I think was the overall biggest highlight of SmackDown. The Shield Summit. Ambrose and Reigns come out. No Rollins in sight. Ambrose gets on the microphone pretty much saying, we can handle getting beat up and getting hurt, but the one thing that I cannot handle is being lied to by someone I trust. He calls out Rollins. The Shield music hits again. The camera is spanning around the crowd. No Rollins. All of a sudden, to the side of the stage, not down the ramp, but just to the side, Seth Rollins walks out.
Yep.
And Rome, you were loving this.
Yes, I was calling for it. I said, do not come out through the crowd. Don't.
I wanted him in a suit.
Yeah.
I was ready, I'm like, he's just gone corporate all of a sudden.
Yeah. I knew they weren't going to take it that far.
Right.
I just wanted him to come out from somewhere else in the arena that he's never come out from. So that, it didn't look like, oh, well, they're on this side of the arena. He's on that side of the arena.
He did come out from a new place.
Well, yeah, but it's still locker room.
It's closer to the ramp.
Yeah. Next to the ramp, so he didn't come out on the ramp with, his own Titantron video.
I'll tell you what, it seems out of place, like on the WWE Network when you're watching like the WWE countdown shows. Like Reigns, Rollins, and Amber, they're all like involved in those, and you see them like in regular clothing talking. And it's just like, wow, this feels kind of weird.
Yeah. Wait till you see the Wyatts on the countdown.
Oh, they're not there yet.
That would be so
just have Eric Rowan just step in. Yeah, this was a great match. I really enjoyed this moment.
Bray comes out with his hair pulled back in a ponytail and glasses on.
Unreal.
All right, so Seth Rollins comes out and he says, all right, maybe Monday wasn't the most opportune time to make a point. I get it. Maybe that was my fault. But the war isn't with the Wyatts. The war is with us. The Shield hasn't been the Shield for some time, and Ambrose makes, well, there's a huge difference between me fighting off and you walking off. And Rollins is like, hey, for the first time, you two are seeing eye to eye. I've proven my point. I've gotten us back together. We can call this right now. We can walk and go our separate ways. But, we'll be fine. But what if fine isn't good enough? I like that part. He's like, remember, if when we're united, nobody can touch us. Not Cena, not Undertaker, not the Wyatts, nobody. Let's do what we do. Let's be the Shield and take this place back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not quite yet.
Too early. Okay.
You threw out the fist a little early.
I'll pull my fist back.
Ambrose then shoves Rollins. Then Reigns shoves Ambrose. Then Rollins like, I know something that will make me feel a lot better. And he slaps the piss out of Ambrose. Like he slapped him hard.
Yes, I agree for you.
And then Rollins like, that made me feel good. And then Ambrose hit Rollins. Wasn't quite sure if it was a slap or a punch.
I couldn't tell.
He slip punched.
Yeah,
he plapped.
It was like, I was about to say it was like
hashtag plapped.
It was a punch slap, kind of, whatever that was. He hit him. We know that. He made contact.
Yeah. And then after that, Reigns kind of standing between them, and then Seth Rollins asked, and this was probably my favorite part of the whole thing, are we done here, or are we done?
Yep, love that.
And then he laid out his fist.
Yeah, there you go.
Reigns walks over, kind of stares. He joins the fist. And then Ambrose is pacing. He's speaking in tongues. Like he's just talking and talking and talking, pacing. And finally, reluctantly, throws his fist in as well, while still talking.
I love that he didn't stop talking because he had dropped the mic. No one could hear him except for maybe the front row and the people in the ring.
He looked like a crazy man mumbling.
Yeah, and he just goes off on a tangent. Just It was reminiscent of Stone Cold when he used to come out a long time ago and he used to hit the ramp and he'd just be talking mess all the way to the ring.
Yeah, you have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah,
but he's just like mouthing off.
Yeah, and that's what it reminded me of. And I'm loving the writing of what they're doing between the Wyatts and the Shield. Yeah, just those two groups and the writing and the interesting storylines that are going on within the fam. Oh, yeah, it's great with both those groups. And
especially the fact that we were all thrown a curveball with Rollins being the one to leave, which we were never expecting. And now that they're kind of reluctantly back together, we jump right back into, okay, now who's going to be the one to descend and screw over the Shield next?
I think it's going to be Reigns.
It's like a reset.
You think it's going to be Reigns?
I think it's going to be Reigns. I think he's still going to go face, but I still think he's going to get just pissed off at both of them.
See, I don't know now. I'm thinking Ambrose.
I don't know who to think anymore.
Yeah.
Which I love. Knowing as much as I know and not having any idea where they're going with
who's
this.
Who's going to go where.
I love that.
And shout out to Dean Ambrose for being, and I know he may not like this, but it doesn't matter. It's the comparison that everybody's going to say.
Brian Pillman.
Yes. That loose cannon. He's actually playing the loose cannon character better than Brian Pillman did.
Wow, that's a compliment there.
He's because Brian went there, but I had so many years of flying Brian in my head, too, looking at that. Seeing Ambrose and Bray Wyatt are the two characters right now who you think they can almost act in a movie with those characters. You could see both those characters in Cape Fear. Like they're those type of characters, and they play them so well, and they hold on to those characters for so long. It really makes you just go, you want to see more of it. You want to see where they're going to go. Because now, even though Reigns is the one that I want to see, become a superstar and all of that in the Shield, I can't take my eyes off of Ambrose. I really want to know what Ambrose's next moves are going to be because he's so good at being that loose wire. I'm loving it.
Yeah. You know what else you're loving? For 2 weeks in a row, we got Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, I'm loving that.
Which I think last week I said it was like the 947th time, so it's apparently the 948th time.
Yep.
And they gave this match a lot of time. Like I think this was the longest match it felt like the longest match of the night. It was a good match. Again, I mean, they do well together. We've just seen this so many times.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't like repetition.
Del Rio, I love, like, there was a big kick that he did against with Sheamus's arm lined up against steel steps, which I thought looked really good. And Sheamus was beat down throughout this entire match, and eventually hits a bro kick out of nowhere for the win. And, you know, great effort by Sheamus. Half his body is now green from all the bruises he has. And I didn't put it on my notes, and I don't remember. Did Christian ever come out during this, or no?
I don't think.
I don't think he did.
So.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I think I would remember that.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, Sheamus came out during your promo earlier in the night. Why don't you come out during this?
Nah, he was in the back doing something.
He was in the shower.
Hanging out.
Yeah,
Hanging
trying
out.
to leave.
Before people wait for him in the bush.
Yeah. It's Cesaro.
Guilty.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
At all. Not at least.
And, oh, no, because I know why. Because while Sheamus is celebrating, we get the blah. Because we're thinking, wait, are the Wyatts coming out on Sheamus now?
Did you see for
Yeah.
a second he wanted us to say something about his block?
Yeah, he did.
No, I didn't.
He waited.
Because I already know it's awesome.
Oh, God.
I don't need your...
He knows it's awesome.
I don't need your props, your kudos for my blah. What was better, the first or second?
Mine's better. Blah!
Okay.
Better.
Yours was a little off this week.
Oh.
Just slightly. Just slightly. Still good.
So the Wyatt promo happens, and it starts just on really Harper. And Harper's talking about John Cena. It's like, why do you do it, John? And then the camera kind of pans down to Bray. And, you know, he's like, Cena feels the need to fill this void inside him. A burden inside him weighs down on him after all the kids. What would John Cena be without his legacy? And then he mentioned how, like, talked about his family and how his mother did this, his father did this, and the world is my teacher.
Yeah.
And then follow the buzzards. Not quite as good as a promo as last week. Last week's was just an amazing promo. That's why I didn't really do the full Bray Wyatt impersonation this week.
Well, you couldn't catch everything either.
No, he talked a lot faster this week. But again, continuing to set this up. My one question, though, is... that was Rome's phone. I think that's what he also has whenever I text him.
I got the best one.
I think Rome wants a cookie. That's pretty good.
Well, that's the actual one. Of course,
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
know.
be better than me.
That's why I got the best one.
All right.
Cheater.
Yeah, that was a cheater.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I don't like you anymore.
Oh, snap. Corey said she
I don't like cheaters.
She
Cheaters
don't.
are
She
bad
don't like
people.
you.
Bad people.
What?
Well, Cesaro's still a heel. Titus is a
Yeah.
heel.
They're not cheaters.
They're heels. They always
Really?
cheat.
Cesaro, really?
Not
A
in
heel cheats.
Not in my imaginary definition of cheater with Cesaro's face on it. No, that's not a cheater.
Okay, what is your definition of cheater with Cesaro's face on it?
Can we get back to the
What
regularly scheduled program?
What is Titus right now?
Where is he? Where's Titus
Where
right
is
now?
Titus right now?
In my man box. He is. Him, Cesaro.
Yeah, that's where he's been. And yeah.
All right.
Will you let him out so we can have a match?
I released Yoshi.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wrestling
That's
world
great.
thanks you for that. Please, can we have Titus back so we can have a match?
Sure.
Thank you.
I do hope to see Titus soon, though.
Yeah. Byron Saxton backstage with Batista. And I actually kind of like this. Batista, he wasn't like angry. He was kind of muttering this the whole time. And he was just annoyed. He's just like, I should be focused on Randy Orton. And I'm stuck dealing with all this Dan O'Brien crap.
Yep.
I like that. Because it's like, you know, I'm going to be the face of the WWE. I'm main eventing WrestleMania. I should be concentrating on that instead of dealing with Dan O'Brien and Big Show.
Yeah.
I was cool with that. That's all I have on it.
Seal of approval.
Yeah.
Rosieberg.
Rosieberg.
Rosieberg. Why not?
Is that's new now?
Yeah.
Hashtag Rosieberg.
We have so many hashtags.
We do. Mine are the worst ones.
Oh man, I love it.
Little pre-show, little clip from the pre-show panel. This week was Josh Matthews, Booker T. It's always Josh Matthews, Booker T, and Alex Riley. And then the fourth one's different every week. This week we have WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And they're just kind of talking about the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And then we got Rusev. Lana comes out, introduces Rusev. Again, we have the podium. It's pretty much the exact same thing as last week.
Yeah.
I want him to wrestle.
If you can do Rusev's promo, I would be impressed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what? Yeah, you do
That's
that.
my homework assignment?
That's your homework.
Okay.
But you have to do, what's her name? Lana?
You have to do Lana.
I'll do
Lana.
it.
You have to do
gotta
Lana.
I'll do it. It wouldn't work out.
Nanya, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, whatever the hell.
Nanya.
No, that's- maybe you do Lana's and I do Rusev's.
No.
But you already speak 3 languages.
Well, Bulgarian
So
is not one of them.
You can add one
Well,
more.
you can
It's
add
not
a paragraph.
You know, it's not going to be hard. She only says like 4 lines.
Well, that's 4 lines of I don't know. Well, I'll do it.
Okay.
If you do it.
We'll see.
Aww.
See, and now he turns away. I'm trying to get this done.
Hashtag do it.
Hey, Rome, are you ever going to do anyone besides Dusty?
That's true.
That's my best one.
That's
I understand that.
It's apparently so good that he has to use Dusty for other.
I do.
He does
other
it.
People as Dusty.
You should do
Yes.
Dusty doing Rusev.
Yeah.
first. I'd
That
have
would
to
be-
know what the hell Rusev
Have
is
Dusty
saying.
speak Bulgarian.
Yeah. I mean, I can do Macho, I can do Hulk, but those are the ones that everyone
Oh,
does.
do it. I want to see.
No, because then half of the damn world is gonna call me Jay Lethal.
Aw.
They already do.
No.
Now they call you JTG.
Yeah, no, actually they call me Kofi Steve.
Well, that too.
Can you do a good read
Still.
of people? Well, I'm just wondering.
It's one line.
One line.
I know, but like,
You do it.
no.
God. Renee's backstage.
What happened?
I don't know. Renee is backstage with Dan O'Brien and Big Show. And Big Show and Dan O'Brien are just kind of like joking about their match.
It was kind of like, why is Renee there? She was just swapping over the mic back and forth.
Yeah.
Didn't know when and where to give it to.
It wasn't just why is Renee there. It was like the guys were like, why are we wrestling tonight? Like, why do we have to
They
have
could've just
this
sat on the
match?
couch and had a quick banter.
Yeah, and like Big Show mentions like, hey, should I get some skinny jeans? Because I guess that makes me a real man, right?
Again, no.
You don't want to see Big Show in skinny jeans?
Then I think that would be a shame. If my theory is right, that would be a shame. To be that tall and have skinny jeans on.
Where are we headed right now?
I was talking about
saying.
I was talking about the promo.
You asked
Yeah.
about it. Kind of.
Okay,
Or my mind just went there.
let's just stay away from Big Show and skinny jeans.
Yes, that's what
and
I meant. Stay away.
Cesaro and all of that right now, and your man box, and let's just break down the main event
let's
so I
go.
don't have to feel uncomfortable anymore.
Let's go with the main event.
Well, let's break down this main event. Dan and Bryan and the Big Show versus Kane and Batista. We get a quick clip from like the weekly Michael Cole sit-down interview with Triple H, where Cole asks him, a lot of people are saying that you're afraid of Daniel Bryan. And Triple H just pretty much looks at him and says, no. And that's the only clip we got of it.
Yeah.
But Michael Cole mentioned that throughout the entire interview, Triple H was very defensive when asked about Daniel Bryan. Yeah.
Nothing?
No, that's all I really got because we
And then?
need more fuel to this fire on Raw.
Yeah. Like I said, my thoughts on that are coming at the
Yeah.
end.
But let's for a quick second talk about Big Show's suplex on Batista and Kane at the same time. They called it a suplex. I called it an impaler DDT.
Yeah, it was funny to hear them say, "Oh, and Batista landed right on his head." And the funny thing was, the next camera shot was Batista literally laughing on the ground. He's laying in the ring laughing, and I knew exactly what he was thinking. Man, that was a bad idea. I told him in the back this wouldn't work. Like it was that thing. 'Cause
I thought it looked good.
it looked okay. It was. I didn't know if it was supposed to be a DDT or if it was supposed to be a suplex. It looked like Big Show was going to double suplex Kane and him, but
To be fair, that's about 600 pounds he's
I don't
lifting
know
up.
if that was
really
even-
big guys on both sides.
That would be majorly impressive if he succeeded in what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then my question is like, why even do the move?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's
just
hard enough to suplex one of them.
Damn it, I liked it. Just to see Batista laughing. He was trying to hide it, but he was laughing. Go ahead, man. That was stupid.
And then the match ends. There's a point Daniel Bryan and Kane are going back and forth. Kane tries to go for the choke slam. Daniel Bryan gets out of it. Attempts for a sunset flip. Kane reaches down, gets his hand around Daniel Bryan's throat. Looks like he's going to get ready to try to do the choke slam again. But then Big Show hits the knockout punch on Kane, which then lets Daniel Bryan roll up Kane just like he did on main event and pin him. And that's how SmackDown ends. And Corey's laughing for some reason.
Because in the chat, there's a guy named, or girl named Rosenberg Groovy. And
I don't know why that's funny.
well, the person can't see the... my PC won't let me chat and watch at the same time. And they ask what they're doing wrong. And AJ's like, well, your username speaks for itself.
I'm sorry that real rosebuds like to express their feelings. So we're getting cut off now because of you. I hope you're happy.
Match of the night for me.
Match of the night.
It wasn't really a match, but the Shield whole promo thingy was great.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that because, like I said, the main event, they devalue the hell out of Daniel Bryan.
Right, you were talking about how they made Daniel Bryan look weaker.
And I think it's going to continue, and I'll tell you about it next week.
Yeah, and Big Show lifted him on his shoulders at the end like a little kid. That did not help things.
That did not help.
I'll also go with the Shield Summit as my favorite thing tonight because I thought that was really good. So that's all we got for SmackDown AfterBuzz this week. Until next week, Rome, how can people reach out to you?
Rome the Ruler on Twitter, and you can also look for me on Black Hollywood Live. I got a lot of stuff coming up in 2 weeks, March 21st.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Yep.
You can find me at KAORIOUS, and I'm sorry that I stole your thunder.
You didn't steal my thunder at all.
But anyway,
you didn't steal anything.
I didn't steal anything? Okay, good.
No.
I don't like being
You're just stealing guys we enjoy watching on WWE TV, and you're putting them in your man box.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We want to watch Titus wrestle.
He'll be back, guys.
Okay.
Is Daryl from The Walking Dead in the man box?
Oh, he could be, but that's
you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. Join the garden and become a hashtag Real Rosebud. And also, if you're into music, I also host The Voice AfterBuzz on Monday nights. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Earl Moore and Cora Takee, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We will see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.